Yo, what's up, guys? How's everyone doing? Mike was quite far away at the beginning. How is everyone? It has been yet another interesting day of trading. Let's zoom into the 1 hour here and really just dissect what has been happening. So I've not been active with these streams lately. As you guys know, we have been in a straight sideways channel for about... Oh.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Okay, that's annoying.
How's everyone doing?
Let's put that on silent. We have been in a trading range sideways for about 14 days now, and this is obviously not ideal patterns. You know, we need volatility as traders to make profit, and we've had this fairly massive, glaringly obvious and almost scary BART pattern. Now we look at the 5-minute chart, we BARTed up. You know, we had a pump up. We call it a BART pattern because it resembles Bart's head, Bart Simpson. I know, it's ridiculous. And we pumped up, went sideways a little bit, and then dumped down. And there are some very interesting things to take note about this. Many of you probably already know where I'm going to go with this. On the way up, BitMEX, you guys have heard me talk about them very much. They actually went down for scheduled maintenance. This was at about 2 a.m. UK time today. So I don't know, 20 hours ago or something. And, they went down for maintenance, and it was right then that these markets pumped up, and we went up to these highs. BitMEX apparently even went up to $7,100. Huge slippage. If you don't know what that is, don't worry, but it was a crazy moment for trading. I mean, I was up and watching it. Unfortunately, I don't like to be at the monitor. I don't like to be watching the charts while we're getting movements happening, because that leads to a lot of FOMO and things. But, you guys have heard me talk about BitMEX for a while. It is one of the biggest exchanges now because, as I've been saying, it is the only real way to make money in these kinds of markets when you can short and long. If you don't know what I mean by that, go ahead and search up 4Fly's BitMEX. But if you guys are interested in that, I have left a link in the description. You can sign up and get a bit of a fee on the discounts. Now, guys, this drop below, a drop from about 6,600 down to basically where we've been consolidating for so long now, the $6,400 range. This drop is telling us that we had a test of 6,800. Regardless of how it happened. Obviously, manipulation is awry in this kind of a market, I believe is the right word, and so it doesn't matter how it happened. As an analyst, we're going to focus on just what happened, and we zoom out to the 4-hour chart, perhaps even the daily, for the best picture of what's going on. And really what this does tell us is we tested 6,800 and we've been rejected. So that actually tells us that we don't have the right momentum to end up testing new highs again and potentially rally again. Now, I do think the 6,800 level is weak. I do not think it is a strong resistance level. We've broken 6,600 with relative ease. Of course, like I said, the circumstances were a little bit dodgy, but nevertheless, we did break that level. And so I'm not really assigning much significance to 6,800 this time, and this is going against many of my favorite analysts saying that 68 is the real resistance. Guys, personally, I've been looking at this trend over and over, and something that screams out to me is that we top out at 11,600, go down $1,500 and then top out again, go down another $1,500 and top out again, and another $1,500 would put us smack at the $7,000 price tag. And so I do feel like 6,800 is, it's already been faked out, and it can very easily happen once more, perhaps, before these shorts do get squeezed. Now, there has been so much talk about the shorts lately on crypto Twitter, link in the description to follow me too. You guys already know, Telegram channel, everything. Make sure you smash up those likes and subscribe. But these shorts, everyone's talking about these shorts, and they did reach all-time high levels yesterday. Again, this is being blown out of context now. So you guys have noticed in my streams, I've been clearly staying away from the shorts, not really talking about them much anymore, because I've seen Elliott wave formations being placed on these short charts. Literally, if you guys don't know what an Elliott wave is, it's where you get something like, you get wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's ridiculous. You don't do this kind of TA on a chart showing you how many people are going short. It's crazy. I don't know. I'm lost for words. It's been blown out of context. Now, we did get a bit of a pullback, and I do believe that these shorts can still rise. Like I said, the all-time high is not a resistance zone for the shorts. Psychological resistance, perhaps, but not really. It is time that I'm saying as a community, not me specifically or even our community, because we don't, blow this out of proportion, but as the crypto community, it is time to start reeling in this analysis of the shorts. It is not something that you analyze in great detail. Literally all you want to do is see, are the shorts disproportionately higher? And at the moment, no, they're not. So we go back to Bitcoin's chart now. And, what this drop is telling us, zoom into the 1 hour again, it's telling us that we don't have many human traders, because I want to look at the volume now, and we're at $12.1 billion, and, before the pump up, we were sitting at about 10.8, the low $11 billion numbers. We hardly saw the volume go up. I mean, by 20% max. People saying dumping. Let's actually check out what's going on. So it's hardly... Yeah, okay, well, it's still trading within this sideways range. Please, I urge you, do not panic. With this volume, we did not see a big volume jump during this pump. If anything, it just shows huge signs of weakness. Something that I am continuing to actually stay away from. The volume hardly even moved up when the market went up and when the market went back down. So obviously, we have seen Bitcoin dominance now rise again, pushing 54% again. That's going to be a new high for this year. But volume is still telling us that really, like I mentioned earlier, we've only had a rejection of the $6,800 line. So this is telling us we're just going to keep on trading sideways for a little bit. We do have this ProShares ETF news from the SEC coming out tomorrow. That is also most likely going to bring us some volatility, especially if they do get rejected. There's been a little bit of talk, which I find kind of funny, and I do agree with, that the ProShares ETF may get rejected, or ETN rather, but Bitcoin will pump up anyway. And why? Because screw you, basically. That's how the Bitcoin market works. Again, it's not something I'm going to assign much significance to, because as chartists, we're not looking at what happened on this day to make us go down. Was it significant news? That's not really necessary. When it comes to the bigger time frames, definitely. When it comes to our all-time high, SIBO futures being starting to trade exactly at this all-time high. Okay, that is a date that even as an analyst, as a technical analyst, myself, that is a date that even I'm interested in, alright, because that literally marks the all-time high and the subsequent 70%, 60%, whatever crash for Bitcoin, but these smaller things, not really such a big deal as far as I'm concerned. I'm not hugely interested in them, and that does go for the ProShares ETF. I do understand it's going to bring volatility, and it's not, volatility in this range, unless you're going to be longing the bottom and shorting the top, it's not gonna work in your favor. And there are many people who actually went short right here, 6,500, 6,600 with their sort of scalping orders to go short. I saw a $10 million order being liquidated that actually shorted right at this level, and they got liquidated when the prices went this high. And so if we're looking at leverage, if that guy used 100 times leverage, I believe someone in our VIP group mentioned that would mean he still put in $100,000, and that was lost just because he's an idiot. So yeah, I even tweeted it out myself. Step 1, don't be an idiot. All right, I've been very happily taking a break from this trading range, and as such, haven't lost any money. So I'm pretty happy with that. Let's see what else we've got here. After this ProShares ETF, it's been... Okay, let's get our ruler out again. The meaning of life, really. 14 days and 12 hours. That is probably a new record for Bitcoin, going completely sideways. I do expect it to leave this range very soon. Within this week, I would be extremely surprised if we're still in this range by next week. It has just been way too long. Moving sideways like this doesn't happen. We got a lot of volatility. I mentioned this on the VIP stream, I believe, earlier today. We get a lot of volatility followed by a lot of sideways movement, and that is going to come with a lot more volatility again. And of course, guys, with that, it is going to come with amazing trading opportunities. I did actually put out a short signal last night in VIP, which resulted in some nice gains, but it was a very high risk trade. So personally, I didn't enter it myself. I just don't think it's worth trading in this range. But it was an option. I still don't think it was a good... the idea with risk, right, with gambling even, I've been talking about this in VIP a fair bit, is, with gamblers will win money, right? They don't go to the casino knowing fully well they're going to lose money, right? They go into it knowing they're going to win, and they will win. But the long term, house always wins, right? So the long term result will always be that they lose. And of course there are exceptions, so don't try and call me out on that. That's not necessary. But it's the same thing with this. So yes, obviously the risk was very high, and the reward, I guess, was a little bit good as well. But that does not mean it's a good trade to make. I just wanted to put that out there. When it comes to over trading, having itchy fingers, because we haven't been trading for 2 weeks, you get a lot of anxiety. Kill it. Kill that anxiety. Kill those emotions. It's time to go like a bloody robot or something. You can't have emotions, especially desperation in this kind of a market. You'll get wiped out. So yeah, one thing I did do though in our VIP stream was actually signal a sell at about 6,600. So we did get a nice exit. One of the messages I got, I think like last week or something. Great job, this guy nailing it, or rather I nailed it, I guess, with a 36% profit. And this guy actually made back the VIP fee in 1 day, so congrats, you fall into the club that made it back in under 24 hours of joining. It's always pretty cool seeing members who've joined and then pay off our fee literally within the first 24 hours. So if you guys are interested in VIP, go ahead and hit up the Telegram channel link in the description. At the bottom of posts in Crypto Mafia Gold, you can click on my name. It will bring you to a chat with me and just ask me, how do I join VIP? And I will get back to you very soon. We have expanded the team a little bit, taking this quite... So it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't matter what market we're in. The profits will still come in pretty nicely. Now guys, if you do have any questions, please let me know. I will be ready to go through them and answer any concerns, queries, different things like that. I am all yours today. It's been a 12-minute stream so far. I am trying to keep these short. I think it's become pretty obvious by now. Yeah, in terms of this range, I'm expecting us to leave very soon. We've had a big volume pump up. On the daily, though, we do only have a big volume sell-off, and so that's telling us a very telling story, as far as I'm concerned. Just a quick look at the alt market. My chat isn't refreshing, not too sure why. Bitcoin down hardly anything. The rest of the market with alts down a little bit. VeChain 12%. Unfortunately, I do have a soft spot for VeChain. Yeah, alts just continuing. I've mentioned many streams ago that what we're looking at with alts is a dead cat bounce of sorts. A bounce that isn't going to sustain, and it's just a bull trap, rather a bear. A bull trap, and it's just going to go straight down again. And of course, the trend was very clear to me. That's why I put out that sort of mini essay in Crypto Mafia Gold and VIP. I mentioned, we're either, alts are either going to bounce pretty high now, but I'm not looking at them because they're in bull trap territory. And that's still what we are seeing. Where I'm, from where I'm seeing things. Whales short contracts with 100x leverage, then they go on the exchanges and sell Bitcoin, causing a large drop. They buy back on BitMEX, making a killing because of leverage. Everyone understand that. Joey, that's a lot to say at once. That's a lot of conditions have to be met for what you're saying to be true. You might be right. I don't know. I think focusing, when's the last time I said the word whales? Honestly, focusing on these kinds of things, I think would be missing the point a little bit. Am I expecting Bitcoin soon under 5,800 USD? Mika, sorry, I don't know how to say that. Yeah, I am expecting it to go below 5,800. Yeah, if I had to choose. It's still too far away, but I think that's where we could be headed. Yeah. Timothy Belt, yeah, let's smash up those likes. Absolutely, smash up those likes, subscribe, tick the bell, all that good stuff. Andre, what platform are you using for trading stocks and CFDs? Or in VIP only Bitcoin is traded? Andre, it is mainly Bitcoin. When the alt market will look good again, I will begin to signal those. I haven't signaled those for about 2 months or 3 months, maybe even more. And I mean, if you look at the monthly chart, the alts have just continued to go down. So I'm not. It's mainly Bitcoin and mainly on BitMEX or Kraken or whatever you've got. Any thoughts on the guy who moved 18,000 Bitcoin? Not concerned. I couldn't care less. I don't pay attention to where money is being sent. That's like using whales as a scapegoat, or the institutional investors. No, I don't pay attention to that. There is, even Tether, there is definitely a correlation, but nah, not for me. Why all the hate for BitMEX? Are they that bad? Debbie, BitMEX, as much as I love them, have huge problems. Huge problems. First of all, their fees are ridiculously high, which is why I said you get a discount with my link. But also, when there are big moves, so, like I mentioned near the beginning, I'm not sure if I said this actually, when we dumped, BitMEX was actually going under a DDoS attack, distributed denial of service, and that means a coordinated group of people planned to attack BitMEX at this time. And basically they overloaded BitMEX's servers with a lot of information to the point where BitMEX couldn't cope. And BitMEX being the biggest in the space now, I am extremely, extremely disappointed with their performance as far as upgrading servers and things like that. For me, it's a love-hate relationship because they have amazing security. They have the most liquidity out of any exchange, if I'm not mistaken. The most. And also, it makes leverage trading quite easy. But, unless you've got your orders set, I mean, if you're trying to day trade and different things like that, by day trading I mean like trading the 1 minute candles, which is in my opinion crazy. It's not going to go well when we get big movements like like this dump or probably even this one, because you'll just get system overloaded as an error. Do I pay attention to the order books? Kyle, they used to be my favorite indicator, but not anymore, unfortunately. They are completely manipulated. It's all the bots. If you watch the sell books during sort of dumps like this, you will see what I mean. Or rather, the order books. It's not worth looking at, in my opinion. What's a good support level to buy Bitcoin for a bounce? George Koinov, I am not an investor, so I couldn't tell you that answer. The best thing I could say is probably to dollar cost average, but none of this is financial advice. Do I trade Ripple? No. When will the manipulation stop? It makes new people not enter the Bitcoin market. Jebs, it does, man. And there are a couple theories going around that potentially we're getting all this sideways movement. I think Donald actually mentioned this, that these kinds of trading environments are designed, whether on purpose or not, to shake people out of the market. So to essentially shake the noobs out. And it comes as no surprise that this choppy trading environment comes directly after so many people flock to BitMEX. I mean, they're at an all-time high in terms of profits and revenue generated in a bear market. So it's not a surprising thing to me. And when will this manipulation stop? Jebs, I don't think manipulation stops. I don't have the answer to that, unfortunately, though. Farshad, Four Flies, if we are to leave this range, would it be like a move up to 7,000, then dropping very low? Yeah, I think that's possible, as I mentioned earlier. Or are we just going to go straight down? It's not... I get the feeling that you want to trade based off what I'm going to say, and it's not something I would bet any money on. You may as well flip a coin, my friend. I just don't think it's worth speculating. So much victim sentiment. There we go, Timothy. You've just you've hit it on the nail. So much victim sentiment. Yeah. One of the comments I got on one of my latest videos was that I should be respecting the people who are in huge losses in the market. And I find that crazy, because what this guy has done is he's wrapped himself up in a cocoon of lies and bullshit to make him think that actually losing his money was not his fault. And you've got to take, you step into these markets, and if you don't understand it, cool. I didn't understand it as well, but if you then lose money, you cannot shift that blame onto other people. So I didn't reply to him. I didn't want to start any beef, but I've got a platform to say it now. And treating yourself like a victim, you should read a self-help book or something, you know. You have to accept full responsibility for every, you know, okay, forget blame. Blame is not the question. Accept full responsibility for everything in your life, and that's how you will move forward. So that guy has a huge victim mindset, and I hope he can get out of it. Leaving the victim mindset for me changed my life. Not to get deep like that, from 0 to 100, but yeah, it is. Mindset is everything. I heard don't keep your money on exchanges, so does that mean you send your Bitcoin to BitMEX? Yeah, I mean, you can keep it on cold storage, for example, and then move it to BitMEX or whatever you like. It's completely up to you and your security. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I believe this was part of Hayes' plan. That's why he's located in Hong Kong. Jay, I believe he's located in the Seychelles, if that's how you say it, which is near Madagascar or something. I might be completely wrong about that. Mark, on holiday in Rome. Hope you're having a great time, man. Great to see you in the chat, even on holiday. I love that dedication. Every YouTuber is talking about BitMEX right now. I'd expect more and more people joining margin trading. Elio, yeah, more and more people are joining margin trading right now. It is still a rush for BitMEX, yeah. Should I sell alts now? Up to you, my friend. What else have we got? Can Bitmain stop BitMEX? I have no idea. That's not a question for me. Four Flies, what's your opinion on the exchange Deribit? Haven't heard of it. The bottom is not a point. The bottom is a process. This must happen. Yeah, I agree with you, Timothy. You're really spitting some real wisdom here in this chat today. Thank you. Yeah, it's a process, for sure. Hey, how did you practice your TA? Watching a lot of streams like this, a lot of analysts that I respect, developing my own style from that, and also reading technical analysis books. I should really link them in the description. I get so many questions about it. Books are great. Oh, and also losing a lot of money. That was the main one. Using my own TA and then losing and learning from that. Seems like trading in this kind of a market is equivalent to going to a casino and gambling your money. Bleach, 100% it is. I just want to own one Bitcoin. Jebs, I remember feeling like that. You'll get there, man. You'll get there. Law of attraction, search that up. BitMEX just rented one of the most expensive offices on Hong Kong. Okay, so they may be, yeah. Cool, guys. It's been a good stream. I've answered a lot of questions. I've gone through my own TA. As I always say, it's an absolute pleasure to get on these streams. Did a VIP stream a little bit earlier today. If you guys are interested in any of that, including the rest of the VIP stuff, hit up the link in the description for Crypto Mafia Gold, and then click on my name at the bottom of posts in gold. It is the only way to join VIP. Click on my name at the bottom of posts in gold, and message me there. Yeah, Mike, I will add them to the description. Yeah, from that one, that's a good idea. Gonna write that down right now. But yeah, guys, with that, hope you've learned something. Hope you've enjoyed this stream a little bit. Yeah, it's been great. Make sure you smash up those likes one last time, subscribe, tick the bell, and with that, I'm out. Peace.